Hi everyone, thank you so much for being with me in this video. Today I want to do some inspection on my Cymbidium and some repotting too. I have already done these ones on this side. This one, which is the pendant one, I just checked the roots because it was repotted not long ago, and I decided to repot it in a slightly larger pot because it had lots of growing tips. And these ones have already been done. This one here, I had to split it into two because it had several pseudobulbs, old pseudobulbs that were not doing anything. But even so, I had to let stay these three here because I realized that they were too much attached to the others and were still providing some nutrients. Besides, this one only has 3 new growths, and so this plant needs to get more strength in it. I always thought so, and I never knew why she was not doing as well as the other ones on the other corner. So, but the roots were excellent. This one here is the yellow one I bought in the summer. The roots were excellent. I just checked and renewed some of the mixed, but the plant is doing very well. Lots of new growth. The plant is compact. No pseudobulbs without leaves. She's a young plant. And so is this one. This is the light pink I bought only 2 or 3 months ago. The roots are excellent, lots of new growth. The larger problem I found was this one. This one had most of the roots were dead and only were rot, and only the new growths are starting new roots, and that it's a surprise to me because it's being treated just like the others, and so I don't understand exactly what happened. So all the plant is here. I just separated one of the pseudobulbs, but it has no roots. I just put it here just in case he decides to sprout a new growth. Otherwise I will discard it in time. So these ones are done. Oh, by the way, I also did my clivia. My clivia did not bloom this spring, but this clivia sometimes blooms in August, sometimes just August, sometimes just spring, sometimes spring and August. It's a mystery to me, but she has a reason for not flowering because she's busy. This is the main, well, no, this is the main plant here, and look at the new growth she has. She has this one, she has this one. This one is almost as big as the mother plant, and still another one. So just let her be. The roots were excellent. She was tight in the pot. I repotted her in a slightly larger pot, not too much larger because they like to be root bound. But she's doing okay. She had a bit of mealybugs that were in between the leaves. That's very difficult to reach, so I just discarded some of the leaves here and have made a treatment. I soaked the plant to see if all mealybugs in between the leaves at the base, see if they go away. But these plants are very prone to mealybugs. Okay, let's see what there is in those. I am a bit nervous because I haven't repotted this since I bought them, and that was 3 years ago. They are inside. They are potted into plastic pots, but they are inside these clay pots. However, these ones inside, they are very, very heavy. It's impossible to lift them with just one hand. So I'm going to set a tripod and see if I can show you what there is inside the pots. So let's try this one first. It's heavy. Oh my god! I cannot believe it. Look at that! Look at that! Poor baby. She should have been potted at least a year and a half ago. Can you see that? It's amazing. Look at these roots. Okay, I'm going to take it to the place, to the repotting bench, and we will meet there. So here we are. First thing I'm going to do is cut off these roots. And then let's see what we have in the pots. Okay, there we go. Well, there are several new roots. Can you see them? Lots of new roots. So, sorry. I hope you can see well. In spite of the good roots, this Cymbidium needs a good cleaning on the top. I mean, there are several older pseudobulbs that need to come off. They do not have leaves anymore, and at this stage they are draining energy from the plant rather than supplying it with nutrients. It's impossible not to damage some roots. I have a knife here. And I must cut a plant somewhere. Let's start here. These old pseudobulbs, they might generate new ones if I put them into soil, but I don't know if I'm going to do it for the moment. Putting them aside and decide. I believe they are too small. Let's see. Although they are firm, they come to a point that they do nothing to the plant. They just drain the energy. So we have to take them off. And this plant was in real need. But I must be careful because there are some new growth sprouting. This is the remainings of the spike, one of the spikes. This pseudobulb here, it's so lonely. So is this one. I would rather avoid the knife. This one, what's happening with this one? Remainings of a spike, sheets, these roots are no good, though they were starting to be mushy, at least this one, but there's a new growth. There are new growths here, see? So, and there's another one here and another one there. So I'm going to put this either in the same pot or maybe I'll give it to my daughter or some friends. I just will put it in my nursery. Well, I'll clean it later, although this may go. These roots branch. They are easy because they branch. Okay, this one put aside, and let's see now. Well, it's not the best root system I've seen. You know, this was one of the first Cymbidium I bought, and when I bought it, it was in a corner. It was a leftover from the flowering season, and they had it in the nursery, put aside for next year. And I got this one for €5. That was 3 years ago. And she loved being here where she gets plenty of sun. But I was always surprised why the way she did always so well. Well, let's see here. Another bit here, which I would like to take off. It has a new growth right here, but it's attached to old bulbs, so I have to take this one off like that. these bulbs. They look old, but at least this one had the energy to generate this new pseudobulb. This one is no good, I believe. Let's see. There's the scissors. There are new roots here coming from the new pseudobulb. The other roots, well, they're not that bad, but they're not good either. Let's say they are halfway there. So this is an old spike. This one is completely gone. Gone. Okay, let's see now. I must be very careful. Now I'm getting to the living heart of the plant, but there are new growths, new roots too, but there are old pseudobulbs that must be discarded. So I might have to separate more, which I wouldn't like to do, but I have to. Now, for starters, I'm going to cut this off. They are in my way. They are good roots, but the plant will generate more. See, these ones are good. This one is not good. So let's see, what can I do like that? I don't want to make any mistake and cut something I shouldn't. So better go easy on it, a little bit at a time. This one is definitely not good. There's a new growth here. See? Right next to this old looking pseudobulb. Let's see. This one comes from this one, so these ones are good, these ones are good. This part of the plant here is quite good. Maybe I should take this part off. I wonder if this is a new pseudobulb or just a pseudobulb that didn't grow well. But in any case, it has a new pseudobulb there. And let me see the roots. 1, 2, 3. Well, these are a bit mushy. I'll have to do a better cleaning later. An old remaining of an old spike. Yeah, let's put it aside. Now, this is all going to my brown bin, the compost. Let me see. This is gone. This is no good. My problem now is this one here. I would like to clean, but it is embedded in the in this clump. Take off this leaf here. I would like very much to clean this up, because this new pseudobulb comes from this one, and this one is doing nothing. But I fear that if I try to remove it, I will damage the new one. So I better be patient. Bear with me. This is the most difficult of them, I believe. I wonder if the other ones also have outgrown roots, because they are in plastic pots, but they are suspended. They are not, they have nothing below. The clay pot is empty, so they get aeration below the pot. And when I water, the excessive water comes down through the plastic pot into the clay pot and then into the ground. So they never get soggy. The idea of putting them on the clay pots or let's say the idea of putting them in plastic pots inside clay pots is that I don't want to come to repot them and get all the roots attached to the clay pot. On the other hand, in the clay pot will give them the height they need because of the large leaves. They must be in a high place, otherwise when we pass by we would damage the plants, if you know what I mean. I don't know if I'm explaining too well, just trying. Another, there are lots of remainings of spikes because this plant this year didn't do much. I guess she had 2 or 3 spikes, but last year she had 12 spikes. Well, if I clean this, it will have a better look, and I can leave it then. These sheets are not hard to remove. The plant looks much tidier, and it's less hiding place for mealybugs or scale. Well, this is it. I'm going to leave it like that. Now that I have removed the old sheaths, doesn't look so bad. Just going to see the roots now, and then make the repot. These roots are pretty sturdy, but we have to be careful because they are brittle too. If we are not careful, they break very easily. The good thing is that they branch easily as well. Okay, I think it is done. So I'm going to clean everything up and I'll be back for the repotting. Well, I'm back, and I have here some bits of charcoal. These large chunks were at the bottom of the pot, and there they go again. Although this pot has plenty of holes, and so it has very good drainage. I have here some potting mix for orchids. Of that potting mix we buy at the supermarket. I don't find this suitable for orchids, not in my climate anyway, except for Cymbidium. For Cymbidium, this is great. And I'm going to mix with some small pieces of charcoal. Okay, I'm just going to pot this main piece here because it has fronds all over it, generating new growths on all fronts. And the other ones I'm going to start 1 or 2 new pots. Just a bit of substrate. Maybe that was too much. Roots are long. get some more medium, which is just right here on the side. I'm going to put some osmocote. I think this is valid for 5 to 6 months. So that's what I usually do. I put this twice a year. Generous amount. Let's not be picky with our babies. Although whenever I have leftovers with fertilizer from my other orchids, sometimes I water these with that. And after this, I'm not going to water for the next 2 weeks. Well, depends. If it is cool temperatures like it is now, which is around 20 degrees Celsius, which is around in the 60s, right? Fahrenheit. I will probably wait 2 weeks. Otherwise, if it gets warmer, I'll maybe wait a little bit less. But the roots, the medium is not wet, of course, but it's sort of humid. And besides, we have to give time for the roots to callus over, to close up and start to branch. The fact that they have to look for humidity makes the roots grow. Well, this is done. Going to put a label on it, and we shall see the other ones next. Not for the repotting, but maybe we will have a few more laughs. This is already quite a long video, but I wanted to give as much information about what I do for Cymbidium cleaning and repotting. After this, I still had done 3 more, and it took me a couple of hours to finish them, so I'm not bothering you with the procedure, which was pretty much the same. I mean, it was essentially cleaning the sheaths, which are very stiff and difficult to take off. I didn't have to take any other old pseudobulbs, although there were 1 or 2 that could have come out, but they were embedded in the middle of the plant, and I would have to split the entire plant to take them off, and I think it can wait for next year. And this is all for today. I hope I have been of use to somebody with this video. Anyway, Cymbidium are not difficult orchids. The contrary, in fact, they are just big. As long as you give them bright light, some morning or late sun, and lower winter temperatures, they will grow well for you and will produce lovely flowers. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.